Okay, so now we have our image. We have a sketch here. This is the gesture sketch that I made. And so now I'm going to actually make this for my final version. Here it was on 8.5 by 11. I'm going to enlarge it to 18 by 24. And I'll go ahead and I'll start off with my pencils. I'll start off with say an HB or 2B will work. Just keep it light because I'm going to kind of go ahead and lay out where everything is going to be in a way. So let's see, I'll start off with HB. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to make this horizon line. And right in the middle of this is where I'm going to put my vanishing point. I'll go ahead and put a little thumbtack. I'll just take a thumbtack and I'll put a little hole right there. So that mark is there. And everything is going to come from that point. So let's see, I'll just start off here with the cubes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them coming over here, make this line here. We want some tracking, right? So I want this to come out. Bottom of the front one. I'm also going to line these up with them stacked. Here on this side, and I can measure these if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna. I can kind of see that they're mostly even. Okay, and I'm going to square this off. And one good thing here, I can see with these lines in my ruler and compare them. Like this line is from the other square, and these will line them right up. Right. Okay. Alrighty, and there we are. They're all lined up. going right towards my vanishing point. Each corner. And remember that I'm tracking this one here, so this will go a little longer towards the horizon line. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to just make these all lined up here along this edge. All right. And go right here. There we go. And I can also then find this edge here. There we go. That one doesn't need one, but we'll do one right here. If we had a T-square, it'd probably make things easier. We could just make horizontal lines all over the place. But I don't have one, and it wasn't in the materials list. But, you know, someday you might want one. Okay, so I'm going to make these track over. Now, I didn't see this in any of the, this wasn't in any of the requirements, but I'll show you guys a little trick here. If you ever want to track at a right space to where you would know that this exact depth of the box here, in fact, you know, this is no big deal. I could even make this deeper. But let's say I wanted to find center of here, and I want to replicate this, the same depth right here. All I have to do is just go here, and go across, make a light line there, and go here, make a light line there. And right there, we're going from this corner to this corner and this corner to this corner. That's center. Now if I go over here to my perspective there, this is a light little line right in the middle. And then basically I go right here from this corner at the beginning to the middle at this side right here. I can go right from there to there. And there, I know that this is going to be the same spacing apart from here, right? So I could just go ahead and make this line go straight up and down. If I were to go here from this line through the center, then I could find the next point. And it will be spaced the same spacing apart. Oops. Right there. Look at that. Now I just go right over here, make this line, make that space as well. Okay, so we have here one cube, so this is good. One space, cube, space, and then I could do one more here. And that come down there, and then there'll be one more cube. Now, this isn't necessary. If I'm doing this, this is a little too complex for you, that's okay. If you're going to pursue drawing 2 or any of the later drawings, you'll probably go over this stuff. It's not required in the assignment. However, I'm just doing it just to show you, just because. Okay, I don't want to make it more confusing for you. Then go ahead and erase all these lines here. And as a matter of fact, I'm probably going to use my gummy eraser. Use my gummy eraser, I can get in there and not have to worry about erasing all the other lines. The needed eraser. I can just use the corner here, erase some of these lines up. There we go. Now I can see I've got the makings of 3 cubes tracked, right? So here we go. I'll just make these lines going horizontal. There we go. Horizontal. There we go. And this one. Erase some of these. There. And let's go down here. Here. There we go. Now we have there we go. Now I got 3 cubes tracking. Now they're kind of close together. They're not all spaced apart like I had in my gesture. That's okay. Now I could change that. I could make one of these another cube in the middle, or this one, and eliminate that one, make another one going behind. But I'm not going to bother with that right now. I think that this is fine. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to make over here these cones. I'm going to make them stacked, and I'm going to make them tracking. And this one I'm going to give a bit more spacing. So for my cones here, I'm going to go, and I'm going to, the thing with these cones, here's a little secret, a little trick. If you see them here, each one of these cones, they're a circle, and a good way to do this with perspective and to get it correct is a circle, which is on the bottom, can fit within a square. So if I were to label this as and create these as boxes, or at least the squares right there, then I can get the perspective of it and the angle that it would be at, and it'll be correct. All right? So that's what I'm going to do right here. And then these kind of go here to this side. There's a little bit of overlap here. And I'm going to make this one here, and this one here. And then I'm going to go here and make this one. I want to make them even. All right, okay. And I'm going to make this, here's the bottom edge. And I'll make that line right up with the horizon. I'm going to do that here too, in this corner. And I'm going to make this square. As much as I can guess what it looks like, square right there. Okay, now I got a square. If I go up here, I can just line this right up with the others. Good. that, that. Same with this one. That, that, that. There we go. Now let's see. This one I had right at the horizon line. That's okay. But I think I'm going to make this one actually be a little bit above. Oh, also, this is tracking. What is this? Tracking on the bottom. So I'll go ahead and extend that. There you go. There you go. And this is going to be this bottom edge here, the edge facing us. That's what this is going to be right here. So I'm going to go straight across. I'm going to go right up here. Go straight across. There we go. And this is going to come to the horizon line. Right there. Right here. And this doesn't quite match up here. Let's see. This should actually be it. This line got a little crooked, at least compared to the other one, relatively. So there we see that this edge comes here. There we go. And let's see this one. Here. Here. Okay, there we have it. Now if we want to find the center of this, the bottom here, this bottom plane, right here, we want to find the center of that. So what do? We can just cross right from this edge, right from one corner to another. That should tell us direct center where this is. We go right here, from this corner to the other corner, dead center. There we go. So that's right there. That's the center of it. And that's the cone, that's the tip of it, that's what's going to rise to. So if I go straight up and down, I go right through here, right on up, and then right on up from the next one, and right on up from the next one. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and mark this center. And all I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at my square, and I'm going to turn this, because this is the cone, I'm going to turn this into a circle. So that's easy enough to do. I can see that my line here, from this line here, that goes to my horizon line. So right here in the middle here, I can do that right here. Once I find the center of this thing, this tells me all these crossing points of where I know that my circle needs to touch. I could even make that a diamond if I wanted to, but I'm just going to round it out. Now, if you end up just eyeing it and rounding it out because this gets to be a little too complicated, that's okay. I'm just giving you tips as I go along. Okay? All right, and as a matter of fact, right here, I can see and right here going across, and so right there are the points where it's going to touch. You see that? There's a center point, center point, center point, center point. This could be a little too much for you, and that's okay. If you want to just guess, you can just guess and make this circular. And right here, I'm just going to guess. Circular enough, right? That's okay. Okay, and then right here from this angle and this angle, I'm going to go right up there and right up there to the top. There we go. What do I got? There's a cone right there, and it's transparent. And right here, there we go, and right here. There we go. Okay, clean this up a little bit if I want. Right around here on these construction lines that have created it. You see, all I'm doing is I'm just mapping this thing out. It's messy. That's okay. Because I did it with this, you know, HB pencil or 2B. I did it with a lighter pencil. I can go over this later when I got all this stuff down with the ruler on like a 6B or a 4B, make it darker. You won't even notice this stuff. Just clean it up right there. Just enough. Right? Yeah, I could even do that now. I'm not going to. I'll wait till later because I'm going to start drawing all over this thing, and I don't want to get smudges and fingerprints all over. But I can tighten it up here with the HB. Redraw it. There we go. Right on the bottom there. Freehand. Here I can even make it see-through. Part of this was to make transparent objects, right? That's transparent. You can see right through that thing. There we go. Draw this again. And again. And this is actually, the edge is right here, actually. So I can go ahead and erase the mistaken one. All right. Clean up a little bit around it. There we go. All right, so now we got 3 cones. Now we want to make some cones going the other way. So, you know, I'm not going to do this whole measuring thing like I did right here because, you know, that's all right. But why don't I just go ahead, I'll create this other square here. And here. And I'll make another one here. And here. There we go. And I already can see, where's my center line? Boop. Boop, right there. And I can even just sketch this one in. Boop, boop, there's a center line right there. Going up, going up. Okay, and here we have this top here. If I go back to my horizon line, and I'm just ticking the top right there, right? So now, draw this circle here. Right? So I know that this is the top here, this is the top here. Here we go. One. There we go. Line that up. Look at that. All right. There you go. You see that? Right there on the bottom there. Line them up. All going to the horizon line. And that's the key. All the key is to perspective is lining things up to your horizon line, to your vanishing point in the middle. That's the key to making it work. There's more to it than that a lot of times. I mean, some of this might not be totally even. I don't have a T-square. That's okay. I mean, the biggest thing is what we're aiming for is to make this in perspective, to create a three-dimensional feel to it. These are shapes that are flowing off into space, right? All right, so let's take a good look here at what we have. I'm going to go ahead and do, say, the pyramids. I will do those next. Same, just a box on the bottom. box on bottom, find the center, put it up, make lines going straight up from each corner to that center and where that's at, okay? So we'll go ahead and do that here. I think I was actually supposed to make pyramids, like 3 of them stacked on top of each other. And I'll just extend this. And I'll figure out what I'm going to do with my cylinders. It'll end up going in front of them somehow. And here I'm just estimating. Right. Okay, and I go from one corner to the next, just briefly in the middle. Do another one corner from the next. Right there in the middle. There we go. There's my center line right there. I can even make my center line go right here to my horizon. Right in the center of each one of these. There we go. Each one of these squares. Right. I go from one corner here to the next. There we go. There's center. Right there. The next one. Center. There we go. X, X, X. X marks the center. We'll just go straight up. Straight up. The light line. Right. This is going to be the top right here. Now I just go here right to my vanishing point. Cross, cross, cross. There we go. So that's the top of each one of these pyramids. Right there. Right there. There. Right there. So now from each one of these corners, like right here, we go right up to the top point. Right here. And here. There we go. There's a pyramid. Do the next one. There we go. I think in this case I could have probably benefited from actually doing that same thing I did from here, spacing it out, same spacing, same depth that I have from here, doing that thing through the middle. That probably would have helped me. My pyramids look a little, they start getting a little extended in this one. This one looks a little narrow. That's okay. I'm moving forward. Okay, so I want to do the stacked. I'm going to go right up here. Just going to lightly draw a line. Then from this corner, lightly draw a line. Go from this one here, going straight up. From this one here, going straight up. And in the middle, going straight up. Okay. So here I'm going to make another straight line going across right there. It goes to the horizon line. Right. And that'll go right up here. There we go. I'll make another one up here. And make this go to the horizon line. And this one go to the horizon line. There we go. To that next corner back there. There we go. And again, we will make this go right to the center line here. There we go. Erase all these extra lines. You see how I did that? You can see up close, I still got all those construction lines in there. But I made them kind of light. See, right up there. See? They're guides. When you get farther away, I've made my final lines kind of darker. You don't see them as much, but I can clean them up. There we go. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do. I'm going to end up doing some. We'll do the cylinders. How about that? I can see my cylinders are right here. I have them 3 stacked up. I have 3 going, tracking back to the horizon line. So I'll do these 3 stacked up. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to draw a line going up. This is going to be a guide line, right? And so therefore this is going to go right here. And the way I'm going to do this is it's going to go here right up the middle of these circles. That's my guide line. Then I'm going to do one for the outside edge and the other outside edge like that. Okay. There we go. And I will make this square here. Okay. Square here. All right, there we go. And let's see, I already know that, let's just say this is the center, I'm going to guess. Center, 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 center. And make this circular. Okay, and I'm going to make lines coming here from the vanishing point yet again to the top. make a line going straight up and down here. It's going to indicate that end. And I'm just going to continue. This is going to be round right here. You know, I could make this square. I could make this line up with this thing, but right now I'm just going to make it round. You know, I can even make one of them see-through. Or all of them see-through if I wanted to. But I'm not. I'm going to erase this side and this side and this side. Okay, there we have those cylinders stacked up. I can erase all these construction lines. All right. One thing that you might be asking yourself is, why did I do the sketch, the gesture first, before I did this final piece? And the reason is that, you know, as I said before, perspective takes a lot of time and involvement using your ruler, and so it just helps me to figure out where I want everything to be. It would help me compose this as a picture if I spent more time actually composing this. But also, in the line of being an artist, in the line of, if you're going to be an artist professionally, if you're going to do this where people are actually going to pay you to do it, whether it's this kind of art or graphic art or any other kind of art, you want to make something quick and simple for the people to, the client, to approve before you move forward and put a lot of investment and a lot of work into everything. This is the first stage. You always want to get this approved by your client, and so I did it quick, I did it simple. It's just to get an idea across, and then I know that when I'm investing further, putting my time and energy into it, it's not going to be wasted. I'm not going to do this whole thing and then find out at the end that the client doesn't like it and then I got to start all over again. It's not going to happen. So that's a good advice for you, some career advice for you. Now I want to make these cylinders tracking here. They're going away. So I'm going to make some bounding boxes. Basically, I'm going to create a rectangle. Oops, let me make sure this is lined up correctly. To the vanishing line, vanishing point. And this is going to be part of the bottom. Here we go. I made two lines there. This is the bottom. This will be the top of where the cylinders will go to. Right here. And I'll make a light line here, indicating right in the middle. Okay. And if I just go straight up and down here, let's see. And I kind of, before you do where these lines coming from, let me just, I'm creating a tangent. I don't want that. So here I'm gonna just do the sides of my cylinders. What I'm gonna do. There we go. Make sure it's kind of even. Alright, here we go, straight across, straight across. Now, I'm going to go back to my horizon line. Okay, so I'm going to make the bottom here kind of rounded. This one I'm just going to make the top kind of rounded. Okay, and I'm going to do another one after that right here. There's that one. Go straight across. And I'll make one more. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to make some spheres. I'm going to make those going. You see here in my gesture, in my sketch, I got them right here, and then going down this way towards the center, which will go right over here, and then we'll have it go right across center here. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up. I'm going from the, oops. This looks square to me, so I'll make this go here. Once I start blocking everything out, it kind of takes on a shape of its own, right? It kind of makes it a little bit easier to imagine, even when it's curved and everything. Okay, go here and make this look hollow. All right, and then go here. We'll start here. There we go. And I'll make that also come straight down. And I'll make this go straight down. And I'll make this come out here. There we go. Now I'll make that square. And make this about here and here, right in the middle. Okay, and I'll go ahead and go here. Okay. All right, and then I got another one going right up here. All right, let's make one right here. It's not even straight. And make another one go right here. All right, so what did I just do here? I made these borders here. I made a bunch of cubes, really, but if I take this cube and I can go ahead and go like this, I've created a ball. And another one. And another one right here. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and make this one here. And I could even make one here. Make these two stacked right on top of each other. All right. Erase all my construction lines. This ain't perfect. But that's okay. All right. If I had a compass here, I could use that and make these perfect circles. Okay, so what else do we got? Here, I could even eliminate this one. That's all right. This looks funny with it stacked right on top. All right, so let's see what's next. I need, I got a dynamic angle here, incline. I have some projected parts coming out I have cutaways. Okay, so I'll do, I'll just sketch out here my circle. All right. Now, what do I do? I have this going to my horizon line, my vanishing point. There we go. Make it a cylinder, shallow cylinder. This there. And then if I go straight across, say from this point here, make a Pac-Man, right? We go right back to our vanishing point here, and down below here. So we'll also go to, no, we'll just make that right there. This point here, right there. And go straight up, go straight across. Same here, go straight across. Go back here diagonally to the vanishing line, vanishing point. Cut it right there. There it is. And go ahead. All right, so there's that one. I'll make this one down here on the bottom. This is pretty easy. So let's just say, get this going straight across. Let's see, I want this to go here. I want it to go here. There we go. And then I'm going to have this all, each one of these points coming from the vanishing point. There we go. Vanishing point, there we go. Vanishing point over here. There we are. Straight across, straight up and down, straight up and down, and right across the bottom. There we go. There's that. And we even got a inclined angle. We can even do one here for this one, and we'll line it up properly with the vanishing line or vanishing point. So we'll go ahead and go across here and come straight away from it. Make another, and do it one more time. Okay, then I'm going to make one line going here to the vanishing point. Boom, there we go. And I'll make another one going right over here. And then I'll come, let's see, I want this to go straight down, right? Sure. Why not? Well, let's see. You can always go at an angle. So I'll do this at this angle. Now let's drag this over like this, hoping it'll stay as straight as possible. Didn't give it much of an angle there. That's okay. Okay, so we want one of these protruding boxes protruding out of it. So I'll go ahead and do that. All right. So I'll make this go straight up and down here. And so I'm just making a box. I start off with the main body. Okay. All right. And I'll go in here a little bit. And then we'll also make that go from the vanishing point. There we go. And I can erase the lines right in there that made it. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make another. I'll make this actually right here. I can still see my construction lines in there. I can easily draw that right there. And make them right there. There we go. What else do we have? I did this one. Let me do another one. Let me do a. I'm going to make this project right outside of it. In fact, I'll just make one going right up here. And I'm going to make it margin just a little bit there. And then the back line will be right here. Okay. So it has this little edge. Okay, so now I have this overlapping that. It's like merging right out of it. Just a corner block. All right. There we go. Now I'm going to pause this real quick. Let me see if I got everything. Okay, so then I got to make one more protrusion. So we'll go ahead and make I'll make this one here. I didn't put this in my gesture. That's okay. And I'm going to make this thing coming out of it. Okay. Oops. All right, and I'm going to just make this coming right out. What is this thing? It's like a pipe. Coming out the side of a building or something. In a lot of ways, that's what these all are. It's just a bunch of buildings, and you can imagine any city scene, you'd be doing this. All right, so now if I want to take, say, 6B, and I could just go over everything if I want. Here, let me sharpen this up. There we go. Now, start here. And one thing you want to go through here, clean up all our construction lines. We could leave some of these transparent because we need two transparent objects, right? So we can always do that. Okay. I'm just erasing over everything kind of lightly. I'm not erasing a lot, just enough to keep it light so I know I can still see what's here. I can still see the drawings and things that I've done. But it's just to clean it up a little bit. All right. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, let's see, I have my 6B. I'll sharpen that up still more. It's during this spot. This is, you know, for our final drawing, so I want to 4B. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my 4B and start in the back. And I'm paying attention to my line quality here. And by that, I mean how hard I push down is how much of how dark the line will be. And we want kind of things that are here in the foreground to be darker, the lines a little thicker and darker than what's in the back. And here, this is coming towards us, so I make this a little bit darker there. Same here, you know, again, using my ruler, lightly go back over everything. Not have to do too hard until I get closer to the foreground. That was already good. Right here. You even one good thing is to kind of concentrate on the corners, making those a little darker than in the center, and you get some of that lost and found feel to it. Here a little darker on the corner, right there a little darker. And here on the bottom. Alright, and here as well, each corner make it a little bit darker. Alright, and here. And darker here, going towards lighter in the back. So I push a little heavier on the front corner, getting lighter as it goes back towards the vanishing line, vanishing point. Right, okay. Darker to lighter at the back. Same here. here, darker on this side. All right, and let's try that here. Make it a little darker on this side. A little darker on that. And then darker to the darker starting here, and then getting lighter as it goes back. Okay, and here. And here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Darker on this side. Okay. Here we go. Here. And we'll make this pyramid a little transparent. Make a little light going through there. And we'll make this one a little transparent too. There we go. Lighter line. And this one. Okay. Over this line. And this one here. the 6B here. All right, so there we have it. Pretty much done there, as far as I can see. And I've fulfilled all the requirements of the assignment. You should see it all there. Oh, here we go. This is on the bottom as well, right there. Got some pretty good line quality there. Some of these spheres could probably be cleaned up a bit. That's okay. You get the gist of it. Thank you.